Welcome to the Best Small Business Podcast, where we deliver powerful insights, breakthrough ideas, and simple solutions to make your business unbelievably successful. I'm BJ Flagg.
And I'm Rich G. This is episode 174, the 24-hour rule, de-escalation in 4 easy steps.
There you go.
No client relationship is free of conflict. If you're moving them to new areas that will test their comfort zone, you're certainly going to have some critical interactions with your clients.
You are. And, it's no time to back away, and it's no time to get into the fray of it. So we're hoping that we can, through some great examples and some good tips, can kind of help you through.
Sure. What was one of the things that you ran into with a client?
We obviously maintain many websites. And we had a client who we had worked with for about 5 years, and they got very angry. They called up about a photograph that blew out the styling on a page, and they were really upset about it. You designed this. You should never let this type of thing happen. So we stepped away, and you'll see we kind of take certain steps to kind of let it happen. We could have gotten into it and said 9 times out of 10, it's operator error.
Yeah. 99 times out of 100. Yeah,
it is. But that could have escalated and we could have lost a client. So, the 24-hour rule definitely is a huge help.
Yeah, usually it happens where the client is getting frustrated about something or something that they've done or the progress that they have, and they immediately want to point fingers. And of course, you're an easy target. I've had clients where, own businesses where everything's going smoothly, but then they have a bad quarter or something, and they're like, this just isn't working. This is, I don't know why I'm doing this. And, instead of engaging, it's like, let's step back. Let's step back and assess what's going on and what we need to do. So, BJ, what's tip number 1?
You need to acutely listen and then paraphrase back to the client and clearly define the problem that they're having. So it's all about, at that point, really begin the de-escalation.
Yeah.
Be very calm and take as many notes as you possibly can to kind of bring it back to the team so that you're ready to kind of help through the issue.
BJ, you're absolutely right. When someone's angry or frustrated or just out of sorts, they want to be heard. They want to be understood. They don't want you to put up a wall. You want to say, tell me more, and take notes and listen to them. And once they're done, just say, is that it? Is there anything else? And they go, no, that's it. You go, wonderful. Can I read this back? Because I want to make sure I'm hearing exactly what you're saying. Because in any kind of altercation or fight or disagreement, people's feelings are hurt, and they want to be heard. They want to be understood. Yeah.
And that's such a great way to say it, Rich, because I think, you're not trying to break them or you're validating them. You're validating that there's an issue. And in the end, they're going to remember that moment.
Yeah. You could be 150% right.
Right.
In that moment, you're wrong. Okay. Yeah. And so you need to show them that you're the professional, the better person, and say, look, let me listen to what I want to understand fully. Because if you come back with a solution that isn't what they're talking about, they're going to get even madder at you.
Oh, I know.
So tip number 2, once you've done that, once you've paraphrased and clearly defined the problem, BJ and I want you to step away for 24 hours and let cooler heads prevail, because they're angry. They're frustrated. You're defensive. You're on the defensive right now, about to go on the offensive with them. And you don't want to have that happen either. So they're mad and you're uncomfortably defensive.
Yeah. And you really need to try to calm them down. Your body language, here in the day of Zoom, your body language and how you handle your voice and cadence will help them understand that you're going to solve the solution, you solve the problem, and that you just need some time.
Yeah, and it gives you time to step back and get cooler. It allows them, because they might have been reactive. 9 times out of 10, people aren't mad about what they're really mad about. And they'll come back. I've had clients go, Rich, you know what? That thing I said last time, I'm so sorry. I've been having this problem, money issue, or, my boss has been on me and I'm really sorry I took it out. I go, no problem. That's one of my jobs is to be a punching bag. That's my job, and
exactly. Yeah.
You step back and drill into the problem. It might be your fault or it might be theirs. You never know.
I know. And tip number 3 is now you're going back to your team. Have your team analyze the steps of the process and where the issue became clear. Because really, you need to look at it from both sides. You got to look at it from the client side, and then you got to look at it from your side.
Yeah.
Both are going to show you some interesting, points.
Yeah, I have that. I go back in all of the notes that I take with clients, because I take about 1 to 2 pages of notes each session. And I put a timeline together of how we've been engaging all the time. And I even list sessions that they might have missed or last minute cancels. And I'm going to be honest, the clients that have an issue are the ones that miss a lot of sessions.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, they're not putting in as much as they want out of it. So,
and for us, we're in a technical business.
Yeah.
So every time someone goes on a website, it's documented who did it, who went on, and what they did. So for us, it's all about going back and finding where that issue began. And we're not trying to point fingers. What we're trying to do is create a smooth process. So we also want to be able to point back to our tutorial or point back to So if we know where it occurred, we can easily say, oh, just watch this tutorial. It's going to help you get that clear. So we're not saying you screwed up. No. We're just taking them back to the location where the issue occurred.
Yeah. And if a client isn't happy where they are, it's like, okay, let's take a few steps back and let's go in another direction. If you're not happy, I'm flexible. I'm not here. I'm not beating a drum towards where I want you to go. I'm there helping you get to where you want to go. And if you don't want to go there, we can go in any direction that you'd like. So tip 4 is finally re-engage with the client with a reality check, kind of like walk them through the facts and come with a set of solutions. Don't just say, I'm right, you're wrong, and here are the facts. You want to show them, well, this is what's occurred in a very empathetic manner, and then show them, here's some solutions that we could do. What do you think? Then let them choose.
Yeah. And really, you're putting just like you did in tip number where you paraphrased back like that. At this point, you're bringing up the things they mentioned in that paraphrasing.
Yes.
And you're clearly outlining and describing the set of solutions so that here again, you need them to agree to the solutions. You need to walk them through it. And it'll dawn on them that it was their mistake, or it'll dawn on them that you're taking ownership of it.
Yeah, at the end of the day, you're being a bigger person. You're being you're delivering. Let's talk about a solution. Let's not point fingers, because like you said, BJ, a lot of the time it's their fault. But sometimes it's your fault. It's like, and by the way, I don't think we wrote this down. If it's your fault, acknowledge that it's your fault. Just say, we screwed up here. So sorry. We screwed up. I'm very sorry about that. But if it's their fault or it's a misunderstanding, be part of the solution and try and solve the problem.
because that's the part they're going to remember. They're going to remember. And also, if you, within that 24-hour time, you see it was your fault,
Yeah.
and you've got a great solution, get back to them early. Just get back to them early, because they're going to react to that and say, wow, my team. And they're really going to feel the magic. So it's good either way. And it also keeps kind of their, we don't want to beat them up too much. You don't want to beat them up.
Yes. And so what's our resource this week, PJ?
You're going to love this one. It's called Critical Conversations, Tools for Talking When Stakes Are High. Carrie Patterson wrote this book, and it really draws our attention to those defining moments that literally shape our lives, our relationships, and our world. This book is a good one. This is a great one.
Yeah, this is a book that I literally recommend to every one of my clients who manage teams or who have a business. And I go, you're going to need this book. This is going to be your Bible when you have conflict. This is going to be your Bible when you have to say something critical to someone. It's great because it's laid out in a way where it's very usable. It's kind of like a toolkit that you just go in. I need to talk to a person about laying them off. This is what to say. I need to talk to a client about this. This is what you say. It's a great book. And it's been on the New York Times bestseller list for like a decade. It's one of the old ones, and it really works out well.
I think what's interesting about this book is it takes you through, and prepares for those high stakes situations. So picture your young team. You have a young team. This book, if they kind of walk through it, they'll understand, I shouldn't be a jackrabbit and react. It is actually better to transform that anger and the hurt feelings into a really powerful dialogue. So it's a great book.
Yeah. So if you really want to take this even farther from what we spoke about today, this book is an excellent resource to help you. So that's it for today.
Thank you to our producer and editor, Richard Scalzo.
Yes.
Makes everything happen. And we'll speak to you next Tuesday, and have an unbelievable week.
Catch you later.